Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I will be featuring a Free People's game against Shadow People's player. The board is set. I hope you enjoy. No real bookkeeping to do other than to thank everyone who's been commenting on the videos and on the Discords. The feedback has really been appreciated and has always been kind, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let's dive in. We negotiated that I would have one token. And so I drew Kindred of Glorfindel and Gwai here. So at least playable Kindred. Interesting. I hadn't realized board. The board is set is going to be a bit of a mouthful. I guess I'll call my opponent board or set, at least some of the time. Yeah, Mr. Set has started with Day Without Dawn and Nazgul Search. Those are excellent starting cards. Well, those are powerful cards. Maybe that's a better way to say what I mean. But yeah, let's get going. They allocate one eye, get one more, and plenty of musters. But yeah, and I get an excellent first roll. But as I think several people who play Java or even real world, it's a little scary to get 3 Wills of the West early because that means you will roll no more for the rest of the game and perhaps the next game after that. So I go ahead and start by moving, see if I can get hit and force a board or set to get. I need to figure out a better way to reference them. Set to not get Saruman this round. So they go ahead and draw with a Palantir because you aren't going to play either of those cards right now, despite really wishing you could play Day Without Dawn. Candles of Corpses is a good draw. I pass, and they draw into Flocks of Crebain. So pretty heavy indication from the game to go a corruption strategy, at least right now. I move again. This time I'm hit, and it's a 3, so I will be definitely losing Gandalf to that. Excellent. So now the musters can't even be spent getting a minion into play, getting an extra die. 2 armies move, Gorgoroth and Farharad to Nirharad. Yep, standard moves. And I think about moving a third time, but the likelihood of getting revealed to Moria is pretty high. Decently high. High enough that I don't want to risk it. And Shadow players moving fairly slowly, so I go ahead and just move the elves down. Gorgoroth to Moranon and Nirhad to Umbar. Yep, good moves. And then what do I think I would do? I move the elves closer to war. Yeah, that makes sense. So Moranon heads out, and Nirn goes to Gorgoroth, which is interesting. Yeah. Interesting. All right. I pass the token. I draw into Axe and Bow and Power to Great. Excellent. Glad to have Power to Great this early, especially when the elves are already won from war. They draw into Grond and Return of the King, to Witch King themed. The Return of the King obviously is going to be played as a swarm of bats. Although I did play a game recently where someone used it as the top half, and that was a very fun thing to see. They allocate one eye. 2. Yep. Try and get me through Moria, and they roll another, but they only get 1 muster, and they actually spent none of the dice last round putting people to war. So the muster will be putting assumably Sauron to war, and then you get just 2 moves. So a very slow start, and I roll this very excellent roll. So I go ahead and move. Excuse me. As my first move, get hit, and it's a 2 reveal. So I was really hoping to get through Moria this round. What do you guys think about this? You have Axe and Bow in hand to soak a corruption and a Palantir to play it with, if I want. Strider's the guide. Do you declare into Moria? I just figure the Shadow player is going just so slow that I go ahead and go the north route. So I declare into Goblin's Gate. The north route is pretty scary, especially in a corruption game. The Shadow player can easily dog you the whole way. Your route is pretty predetermined. Yeah, it's tough. But that's what I do. And I go ahead and just soak the corruption. I don't want to risk a Strider. And, yeah. Sauron goes to war. And I use the muster to flip the Fellowship because I'm not going to use it to manually muster. I could manually muster Gondor, I guess. But the Palantir can be used to move the elves to war or hide again in a moment or play axe and bow. So I figure the muster is the less efficient of the dice. Nazgul come out to play and dog all the places. Goblin's Gate and what's it called? Old Ford. I wonder what the ford was there. I wonder what river's there. Anyway, Daggerlord gets Nazgul to come up and enjoy the fun. I go ahead and move again. I figure I have a Palantir that doesn't need to be spent right now. I could spend it on axe and bow and then move, but I figure if I move, then I can hide with the Palantir if necessary. I get hit again, which is unfortunate. And it's a 1, which would have been really nice to spend on axe and bow, but I just take the corruption. It's fine. Flocks of Crebain gets put into play. Axe and bow gets put into play. And the Moranon army marches north. So, end of round 2. The elves, so it's kind of starting setup, except Mordor's halfway to the north, and so is the Fellowship. So, let's see how that can turn out. And Shadow still has no extra dice, which is just fine by me. And I draw into There and Back again. Excellent. And Thranduil's archers. The elves are going to be hot today. Lidless Eye gets drawn, and Fighting Uruk-hai. Neither of those is particularly useful. What would I discard as Shadow here? Certainly not Day, Candles, Nazgul, Grond. Probably Lidless Eye. Maybe Return of the Witch King if you're really desperate for the corruption game. Fun. I would go with Lidless Eye. I declare into Old Ford to zero out the counter, and Shadow gets rid of what was the other one? Oh, Fighting Uruk-hai. Interesting. All right. Certainly Shadow's in a bit of a predicament. No dice, no extra dice so far. Fellowship's already 4 movements out with just Gandalf dead and 3 corruption. 3 corruption's totally fine. Yep. All right. Shadow allocates 2 eyes, rolls another, and has 2 more Palantirs, so they can't even make it to anywhere to attack this round. And I get this excellent roll that unfortunately can't be used to get Gandalf. Oh well. Such is the sad life of my Free Peoples player. I go ahead and move, since that's going to be a good start. Phlox gets used and is a hit. Not because of Phlox, but it's a 0 reveal, the best of all options. I go ahead and declare into Karok. Palantir gets played for Black Captain commands. Oh, to draw Black Captain commands. That's a good card. Surely Lidless goes now, right? Or return? Lidless goes. Okay. Cool. Um, I hide with the hybrid because, again, Shadow can't get anywhere this round, so the hybrid's not necessary. Armies move onto the Elven strongholds, or towards the Elven strongholds, and I move again. It's dangerous, of course, against 3 eyes to move twice, but what else am I going to do with the character die? The will could be used to put move some armies. I guess I could play there and back again, and I did think about that at some. I could use the character dice to play there and back again, and the will to play like Thranduils. Yeah, maybe that's the better play. I'm in no rush. I'm in hilariously low amounts of rush. Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with my play there. Especially when they roll 3, but they get a 1, so everything is fine, and in retrospective, I make only good decisions. So Axe and Bow is a perfect use there. Unfortunately, that means Nazgul Search can be played, so they go ahead and reveal me into Old Forest Road, but as far as these things go, that's all right. I used the token? Why would I use the token? They can't get Witch King. Why would I use the token? I mean, I move them into the north because once I do there and back again, which is obviously very good right now, I guess I just... that seems wrong. That seems categorically wrong. Shadow moves towards the Elven strongholds, and I use the will to play there and back again. And I put Legolas into Woodland Realm, just Legolas. So the elves go to war. Oh, that's why. If you decide you're going to play there and back again, the elves would go to war, and that last muster die could put in the Witch King. So I wanted to delay the round so that couldn't happen. That seems bad. Surely just play Thranduils. And then there and back again next round? Interesting. All right, well, this is what I do. So the elves are at war. The north is almost to war. Dwarves are active. Life is good for the Free People's player. Drawing to Wizard's Staff, everybody's favorite card, and Fear Fire Foes. That's good shield wall. Shield wall is always nice. And Shadow player gets Palantir of Orthanc. Excellent card. And Horde from the East. Excellent. Deadly Strife or 5 bonus guys in East Rune, theoretically South Rune. Excellent. Right, Shadow player's overdrawn. I don't know. Probably Swarmabats. And the Swarmabats is what it is. My predictions are decently on point today. Shadow allocates 2 eyes. So we're round 4. Shadow still doesn't have any extra dice and only has Sauron to war. And is still putting 2 eyes. So quite the corruption game we have here. I did think at this point, or roughly about this point in the game, maybe I shouldn't be moving quite as fast or as often. But this is where we're at. And 2 more eyes get rolled. So at least the 2 musters can put Isengard to war and get Saruman. And I get this roll. So Shadow only has 1 move, as long as I don't give them more. And yep, so I go ahead and put an Elven Elite into Lorien in case they were going to use that 1 move that they can't use. Because there's no leadership over there. That seems unnecessary. Don't like that play by me. Muster in the Witch King. Yep. Okay. Yep. I accidentally draw Boromir while trying to flip the tokens. Yep. Control D draws the character. Control F flips the token, and every so often I hit the wrong key. All right. So here we go. The Fellowship flips using the Palantir. Yep. The Shadow player can't actually hit the Stronghold, so I don't need the Palantir to play Power 2 Great or Thronduils this round. Okay. Shadow player moves on top of the Fellowship, which in retrospect was fairly obvious coming. I shouldn't have spent that muster earlier. I guess if I'd done this, they would have moved on me first. Anyhoozle, I move because that seems good. They're certainly going to leave an army sitting on me, one guy sitting on me once they go somewhere else, so this isn't getting better. 2 hits, 3 hits, though, into an eye. Ugh. So what do you think here? Do you take Strider for the perfect efficiency? I don't know. That seems dangerous to me. I go ahead and random into Gimli. So I think that's about as good as that can go. I don't need Gimli anymore for any reason, and that's pretty good. The muster puts Isengard to war. Man. Okay. And then I manually muster an elite into Woodland Realm. Excellent. So, what do you think now, guys? We'll collect dice. What do you think now? Do you think the Free People's player is favored or the Shadow player? I remember looking at this now and being like, this is kind of a lot of corruption I've been taking. And I don't have Gandalf. I'm at what? -3 corruption effective. But I'm revealed on the north route. Shadow player only has 1 of their extra dice. The elves are at war. Plenty of time. I have Thronduils in time to protect Woodland Realm. I have Power 2 Great. So the elves are going to be just fine. I don't know. I think it's a pretty even game. Pretty even game in general. I draw into Mithril Coat and King Brandsmen. 2 excellent cards. So probably Wizard, Staff, and Gwai here head out. Shadow gets Wormtongue, which will be assumably tossed, and Return to Valinor, which is a nice Deadly Strife. I get rid of Wizard Staff and Fearfire Foes. Interesting. Oh, okay. She's saving the Daring Defiance for Woodland Realm. That kind of makes sense. Shadow gets rid of some cards. They get rid of Return to Valinor. Yeah, I guess you not going for a Shadow military victory right now. And to be clear, I'm not sure Bordeset had any option to do that with these dice rolls, especially versus my movement. If they hadn't been focusing so hard on corruption, I would be approximately where I'm at right now, but with 1 or 2 less tile draws, and I think that would be pretty bad for the Shadow player. So Fellowship okay. 1 eye, 2 eye, 3 eyes. Oof. And 1 more rolled. But at least you have musters and hybrids, so the military can continue. I roll into 2 movements, muster hybrid. Do you hide first? Do you muster first? Do you muster in Woodland Realm? Do you play King Brandsmen? What do you guys think? I was pretty scared that the North is so close to being useful. And if I was Shadow player, I think I would stomp out Dale before I get into Woodland Realm, since I just assume Woodland Realm is going to be effectively a full stack anyway. And honestly, might go take Dale and Erebor as long as I think I can hold it against Woodland Realm. That's dangerous though. Anyway, so what I decide to play King Brandsman. So, and I draw into Guards of the Citadel, which is a good card. And I have a lot of elites running around, so charge is excellent. Shadow puts Woodland Realm under siege. Just fine by me. I go ahead and play Thronduil's Archers. So, Woodland Realm is stacked, and I draw into Theoden, Riders of Theoden and Daylight. So that's excellent. Woodland Realm gets attacked, so it's obvious that now it's just a cycling. Despite Woodland Realm being well defended, being nice for the Free People's player, now it's just a place for the Shadow player to cycle cards, in particular character cards. So, yeah, that's less good for me. But I go ahead and play a Guards of the Citadel charge. So let's see what we get here against a Dread and Despair. I get 2 hits with my pre. Excellent. All 4 leadership is forfeited, but 1 hit is rolled. No hits back, so Shelob's Lair is drawn. Excellent tile / card. I go ahead and take a regular. Yeah, or downgrade an elite, rather. I'm hide. Woodland Realm is hit again for a cycle. And I go ahead and spend Power 2 Great as no quarter. I figure if I can really reduce this army, maybe even, if I get a really good hit right now, 3-4 hits, it's not completely unrealistic that my next turn is I attack out and kill the Witch King. It's not, likely, but it's not unrealistic. And this Power 2 Great, Woodland Realm is already under siege and isn't protected by the card. Lorien is buff enough. I'm going to have a little bit of warning before they get put under siege. I have Kindred of Glorfindel in hand. I don't actually really need the Power 2 Great, so I spend it as a no quarter versus a Foul Stench. Board is set, rolls 1-2 hits, and I get 3 back since I don't get my rerolls. I go ahead and take, an elite, because I don't have enough regulars to kill. I guess I could take a regular and then downgrade the elite. I don't think it makes a difference. Correct, it doesn't. I'm glad I'm here to give you this high-level analysis. All right, and the Ring is Mine is drawn, so lots of red tiles. So I have reduced the Shadow Army to a 504. It's not really enough for my sortie to be worth it. It's certainly not going anywhere, and I haven't moved at all this round. Is that necessary to move this round versus 4 eyes? Probably not. Maybe you sortie and play Kindred. So yeah. Maybe that's about enough analysis on my decision making. I think I could have stood to go a good bit slower outside Mordor here, and Bordeset is playing a certainly very fine game against me. I don't think I've seen much of anything to change there. I spend the sword as a no action. Okay, ignore what I said about enough analysis of my position. What would you spend that character dive for? A sortie? It's risky. Move against 4 eyes with this much corruption? With 2 rerolls? A question for the comments. All right. And Shadow puts Shelob's Lair in. Yep. Or, into the used. Didn't get Saruman this round. And we're into turn 6. I draw into Path of the Woses and Elven Cloaks. Shadow player gets Isildur's Bane and Musterings of the Long-Planned War. And they throw Musterings. Okay. Makes sense. You're not going to throw Candles, Ring, Isildur. You could throw Day Without Dawn, but Okay. Fellowship okay. 2, 3 eyes allocated. No more rolled. And there's some wills for me. So I can finally get Gandalf. Yeah, there's Gandhi. All right. What do you do first? Yep, well, let's just see. I go ahead and move first. That's all right. That seems to make sense. And oh my goodness, I missed. It's been a while. The muster gets spent putting Southrons closer to war. Yep, it's a regular muster. What else are you going to do with it? I mean, other than get Saruman, but this threatens Day Without Dawn. Make me use up those wills. I really thought about putting him into Woodland Realm. It would have been pretty fun. A little risky, but not that risky. 4 dice, 5 dice because 4 dice because Legolas, with 2 rerolls even while shining. I think that could do it, and I have a couple elves left, and Dale is 1 from war, so I can reinforce with Men of the North. I put him in Fangorn though because I wanted to slow down Isengard. I figured the North was defended enough. Excuse me. Essenes go to war, threatening Day Without Dawn, so I go ahead and spend it as Palantir to play Elven Cloaks. Okay. Saruman's put into play. Yep, that's how that was going to go. Essenes move north and spread out to get them rerolls next round. Cool. And I go ahead and put the North to war manually. I figured that was a pretty good idea. Essenes are coming. I'd really like to get Dale mustered up a little bit, so I think that was a fine move. And Horde from the East is played as a muster, so yep, I'm actually quite glad with the putting Dale to war now. So I like that. All right, we got to speed up because this game has a long way to go. Spoilers. All right, turn 7. Free people finally have 5 dice. Draw There Is Another Way, and Dane Ironfoot's just fire draws for a lot of this game. Shadow gets dreadful spells. I get rid of Gwai here, and Shadow gets King is revealed, which he ain't going to be revealed. And they throw a card. Shadow Fellowship declares into Southern Ravanian. 1 eye, 2 eye, 3 eyes allocated. Crazy town. And no more rolled. But I get 4 movement. Game wants me to get to Mordor. Kind of would like some musters for Dale right now. A move first before more rerolls get added. I get hit. Ugh. And it's a 2. I go with random, and I random into Mary. Whew, not Strider. Okay. So Mary goes and joins Dale. It's actually pretty nice to get an extra leadership there, and a Hobbit to threaten all sorts of things. I do have Blade or Westerness, but I'm low enough on corruption that I really am just going to save that for the mountain. I don't think I have a military victory right now, although it's beginning to look a little closer to that, right? Palantir gets played with a sword. I don't need all 4 of these. I'm not going to be moving 4 times versus 3 eyes. So I go ahead and spend the die and a ring. Palantir is played to put The Ring Is Mine into play. Muster an Elite and Dale. Makes sense. Candles of Corpses is played for a whiff. So, whew, good. Good use of Palantirs. I pass. Armies move on to Dale from East Rune and North Rune. Really, you don't have another half move other than get one guy there? Gorgoroth to Minas Morgul, maybe? Moria to Dimmerl Dale? Ah, well. Fellowship moves again. Little risky. Is hit for a 1 reveal. I just take the 1 reveal. I don't want to risk Strider for a 1. Gorgoroth moves to Moranon. And the S&E army goes around Dale. I guess if you decide you really want the rerolls on me, you only have a half move. But the S&Es kill Dale. They'll do some damage to Dale, who will then retreat to Erebor. But surely that's better than having a Dale that can just muster up, right? Ah, well. I hide. And the Elven Ring is used to get the rerolls and move to Old Forest Road. So, okay. Okay. I draw into Elven Rope and Spirit of Mordor. Some more excellent draws. Shadow Player draws into On They Went. I mean, you're halfway through the deck, so it's fair that you've got a third red tile, but boy, is that inconvenient for me. Shadows of the Misty Mountains, an excellent card to go hit a buffed up Lorien. What do I get rid of? I get rid of Kindred, yep, and don't know. Path of the Woes is... Ugh. I mean, I'm not going to be playing it for top half, but Sudden Strike, I have some decent leadership. Anyhoozle. We still got a ways to go, so let's get going. 3 eyes allocated, a 4th one rolled, and only 1 attack. Oof, oof, oof. And I get this very excellent roll. So I'll be getting to Mordor and doing plenty of mustering. I point out that I could crown Aragorn, but I choose not to. I go ahead and spend the will. I don't think I'm going to need 3 moves this round, or at least I'm decided that I'm not. And so I'm going to spend the will to avoid Day Without Dawn. Honestly, this would be a good round to try and fish out Day Without Dawn, I think. But I go ahead and spend it for a muster in Dale. The Shadow player spends their 1 attack to get reinforcements into Woodland Realm and the South Ravanian guy to North Ravanian. Protect against the North running down for a free Dol Guldur, I guess. Makes sense. I spend a hybrid to get another guy in Dale. Shadows on the Misty Mountains is played. Move the Fellowship. 4 6s. Oof. And draws a 3. So, what do you do here? Do you sack Strider? It's efficient. I think you should probably sack Strider. But what I do is I random into Pippin. So I have to take 2 corruption. Pippin goes to Osgiliath. I take 2 corruption. I don't think that was the correct play. You take Strider, put Boromir in the front so that you have efficient ways of taking corruption and quick ways to get down to there is another way. You'd be down to Gollum. Better play by far, I think. All right. A regular gets put in Moria. Nope. Yes. Nope. Hold on. Looks like they accidentally got a free guy. They put a guy in Dol Guldur, Moria, and Maybe I'm missing something there. I don't think yeah, I don't know. Don't know what happened there. So muster and Dol Guldur at least. So it's a little less scary from the free peoples. I go ahead and risk cruel weather. Boy, that's not sure that's a good idea. And go ahead and play Elven Rope with my character die. Muster die puts 2 elites into Orthanc. Okay. So the bonus guy there I don't think will end up mattering very much. I go ahead and muster a regular into Lorien and a leader into Dale. So Lorien's going to be a full stack or, a full 5. And Dale is quite scary. Certainly can hold its own. And the Palantir is played as Isildur's Bane and draws into a 0 reveal. Ugh. Okay. I think about not going in and just going for a military victory. But I decide to go in. I draw a 2. I random into Strider. So, yeah, I could be at 5 corruption with Pippin in the lead right now instead of 8 corruption with Boromir in the lead. One of those is better. All right. So we go in. I draw Eomer and Mirror. They get Lure and Monsters Roused. I throw Mirror. Hunt Pool gets updated. What are we looking at here? Excuse me. Okay, Hunt Pool. Yeah, that's a Hunt Pool. Whoo. Boy. Going into Mordor with effective 6 corruption and that mount and that pool, I don't think that was but here we go. 1 eye is allocated. 3 more rolled. Well, this is going to be the slowest Mordor you have ever seen. The average, I've heard the average time to run up Mordor is 2.5 turns, so you dunk on the 3rd turn. We ain't doing that, folks. All right. I spend the die to hide. Don't want any extra corruption added from cards. On they went is played in. Yep. A muster. I go ahead and muster Dale. We're just going to make the beefiest of stacks. Isengard goes into Moria, and the Old Forest Road reinforcements split. To try and impede Dale on their way to Dol Guldur, I guess. I move Gondor down the track with a muster. Moria comes out to go, assumably, attack Lorien. Dagger Lad goes to North Ithilien. Mithril Coat and Sting gets played. Yep. Lorien's put under siege. All very normal things. Gondor is put to war. So, and the mouth gets mustered into Moria. Feels like that could have been seen coming and done earlier. Okay. Smeagol Helps Nice Master is drawn, and Faramir's Rangers. Hey, turn 10 Faramir's Rangers, that might matter. What do I get rid of? Breaking the Fellowship is drawn, so that's about to be a 1 corruption and Orcs multiplying again. That could be very helpful because against a military victory. What do I throw? I throw Riders of Theoden. Ooh. Yeah. I think that makes sense. 1 eye allocated, 3 more rolled. How long has it been since it was less than 3 eyes? Oof. Well, a bunch of musters. So I go ahead and put Smeagol helps Nice Master into the pool. The Nazgul will move around, okay, and the mouth gets put onto Lorien. The Nazgul consolidate on the 2 Elven strongholds, okay. I move. It's a 1 reveal. I decide to just tank it because I figure I need to be efficient. Now I decide to be efficient with Boromir. And Lure of the Ring is played, so Boromir goes for free. Oof. Gollum's the lead. Gondor, Minas Tirith gets an elite. Lorien gets attacked for cycling. And Devilry of Orthanc is played for 1 hit. I get 1 back. Okay. Stop. Draw into Orc Patrol. Ooh. Orc Patrol. Yeah. Free People's in trouble. Corruption. Frodo's in trouble, at least. Most everyone else is just fine. Just Frodo. All right. I get a leader in Minas Tirith and a north leader in Dale. Yep. West Horondor, or Umbar goes to West Horondor and Minas Morgul. And a regular from Moria to Dimril Dale. Surely the... Okay. I guess I would have gone with Minas Morgul to South Ithilien, but... Okay. You're kind of risking Rivendell coming out if you move both of the guys out. Seems a little risky. I go ahead and put another elite into Minas Tirith. Orthanc musters 2 wargs, and then a regular in all 3. So, all right. A strong Dale army, a strong Minas Tirith army. Not that much in their way. And a very sad Frodo. 10 dice for the shadow, 5 dice for the free. And what a weird game. Yeah, I point out the shadow player has 0 points. It's turn 11. So we're having an interesting game here. I draw into Horn of Gondor 1 turn too late. Darn Boromir. And hope unlooked for. They get Ringwraiths Are Abroad and Shadows Moving. Okay. I get rid of Eomer instead of Mighty Horn of Gondor, rather. Yeah, I mean, the Horn of Gondor is an auto hit. Rohan is probably going to get hit, but I don't really care about Rohan. Sorry, Rohan. All right. Shadow player got rid of a card. Okay. And allocated the 1 eye and rolled 2 more. Come on. I get some movement. Okay. I miss. Yes. So I flipped the Fellowship, and then the reason I missed is because you can click this lake under Frodo, and it is sea region. And I think I point that out. Yeah. And so that's a sea region. And the board is set correctly points out that, well, therefore it's a coastal region. So Gorgoroth is coastal region now, right? So if you ever get a Free People's Army in Gorgoroth, don't do this. This isn't a real thing. But if you ever get a Free People's Army in Gorgoroth, you can just play Círdan's. It's adjacent to the sea. It's a coastal region. So I hope you all enjoy never doing that. Don't do that. That is not legal. But it would be fun to try. All right. Lorien's getting hit for cycling. I play no card. I want to save all my cards that have battle effects for a theoretical military attempt. And I actually kind of want Lorien to fall quicker so that they stop cycling. Shadow player stops cycling. They get 2 hits to my 1, which is mildly disappointing. I would like to get more than that. They draw into Foul thing. Ugh. All right. I muster a regular in Pelargir and in Minas Tirith. And I think that was a mistake. I was very greedy. I wanted a very big stack. And I think that was wrong because of this. Osgiliath gets attacked from the south. No card both sides. One hit gets made. So I risked Pippin, which is a non-trivial bonus. And now, if I want to go anywhere with this army in Minas Tirith, I have to go through that army in Osgiliath. So, yeah. At least it's not a full stack, but it's an inconvenient stack. So I go ahead and get an elite in Minas Tirith. North Ithilien comes down to Osgiliath, so again, I'm going to have to go through quite a bit if I want to go anywhere with Minas Tirith. Sometimes it's really nice that Osgiliath blocks you from all of Mordor, and sometimes it's really inconvenient. And Dimrildale consolidates with Lorien. So, okay. Shadow thinks, puts a regular in Moria and a regular in Moranon. Yep. Makes sense. Draws into Balrog. And I attack Osgiliath from Minas Tirith. I think it's obvious that military victory is my best shot right now. And yep, so now I got to do it. I could theoretically go for like Umbar or march around through Druiden Forest. Maybe that would have been better. Maybe. But this is what I do. I play a card. I point out that I hid so I don't have to take a non-movement corruption. I play Danes. I figured Dale is good enough to hold the north if it's a holding game. But I get Swarm Batsed, which is definitely a verb. I get nothing. Dane wouldn't have helped anyway. I take 2 back. I press with a mighty attack, so Pippin's mighty attack means I get 5 hits. Go Pippin. Fort Boromir, yeah. And 2 back. So that's what I needed. I press again. And I play my no quarter, which again would have been really fun to play in Woodland Realm, but it's just not necessary. I figure I get 3 hits with the bonus no quarter versus 2. All right, I've broken out of Minas Tirith. Okay, Lorien's attacked again. Durin's Bane is 2 hits. 1 more. Nothing back. Ugh, that's annoying. Okay. And then I attack North Ravanian from Dale. No card. 1 hit. 2 hits. Nothing back. And I empty Dale. And I say, not to scare you, but the Hobbits are on the move. So Mary has a 3/4/4 in North Ravanian versus Dol Guldur's 1/0/0. Probably a 3/0/0 by the time I get there. Does Shadow still have... Shadow no longer has Orcs Multiplying again. They got rid of it at some point. And they don't have pits. They don't have anything like that. Osgiliath is a 3/2/3. But, Shadow always has a little bit of trouble covering all the different strongholds down here. So, yep. But the board is set. They are but children. Yes. Shadow plays Foul Thing. Yep. and draws into the red eye. The ring's mine. Yes. Oh. Drawing the 3 would have been terrible. Either 3. But yep. So excellent. The dream is alive. What a draw, right? The by far the worst tile. I mean, the eyes are no fun, but the red eye, oof. Out of 11 tiles. Turn 12. I still haven't drawn through a day and a night. Would really like through a day and a night for shenanigans here. I get the last battle, which is fun because of the book tie-in, and a sudden strike is excellent. I have 2 armies with excellent leadership. Worn with sorrow and toil and half-orcs and goblin men. At least it's a reinforcement against my military victory, or at least, fairly obvious military attempt. 1 eye allocated, no more rolled. So maybe this is the turn for running. Nope, not the turn for running or attacking. I'm obviously, either character dice to run or hybrids, wills, characters for attacking. Would have loved anything other than this. But I have a Palantir. I choose to play Faramir's first, so I get 1 hit on North Athelion, and I get Osgiliath up to a 3/3/4. So I think that's pretty scary. Palantir plays Day Without Dawn to eat my will. I think it was a fine play, and I did purposefully spend the Palantir first because I have so few other things. I maybe should have spent the will to move North Ravanian to like Southern Mirkwood, or attack the Easterlings in Narrows of the Forest, or excuse me, Eastern Mirkwood. This one's Narrows of the Forest. But I actually kind of wanted to burn Day Without Dawn if it existed. It's just 1 action on a turn where I was apparently doing nothing. I'm not sure that was strictly a good play, but I wasn't sad with it at the time. I spend a Palantir as my 1 move for the round, and I draw an eye. I just go ahead and take it back up to the 1 corruption. I shouldn't have done that so early. In a corruption game, he has Palantirs, he has swords all over the place. So many cards, Morgul Wound, tiles that want me to be revealed, Breaking the Fellowship. I should not have moved this early because it's so likely I'll get revealed. I should have waited till the very, very end. That was a poor move on my part. Digging on myself a lot this game. Lot to break out there. Breaking the Fellowship is played. Yep. Orc Patrol is played. Into an eye. Ooh, man. Okay. 2 eyes on tile draws while in Mordor. Rough. I go ahead and muster a regular in Dale and a regular in Minas Tirith. These dice aren't doing anything anyway, and I'll at least make it not free to take Dale and Minas Tirith. That is a much better play than whatever it was I was doing earlier. Give it to us is put in the pool. Elven Ring to hide. Man, I can't make up my mind. Oh well. 5 dice unopposed for the Shadow player. Cruel Weather is drawn. A little bit late. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. Lorien is attacked. The Worn with Sorrow and Toil is cycled into 2 hits, 1 back. Lorien falls. And Shadow player has points. Turn 12. Give it to us is put into play. Oh, sorry, it was probably drawn earlier. Now it's played. And I teased that the Shadow players has played themselves into drawing only 1 card per turn. Yeah. Fords is attacked. Scouts is played. Cool. Yeah, I figured my opponent was too too good at the game to forget scouts like I do. So, yep. Helm's Deep's put under siege. Okay. Turn 13. I draw House of Stewards and Immerhill. Still no Through Day and a Night, or Bilbo's, or File, or Athelas. That's okay. I'm not bitter. Or any end cards. I have drawn 0 end cards. The whole game. Shadow draws, the Shadow lengthens, which is obviously an excellent draw for them right now. And they only get the 1 card because they've run their character deck out. Allocate 1 eye. Clever Hobbits, he says. Rolls 2 more back to that. And this is a Free People's Military victory roll. The Shadow does have lots of moves. 6 moves if you count the mouth. So, and 4 musters. But I go to South Ravanian, or South Ithilien, and Southern Mirkwood. In the same move. The Hobbits are on the move. A muster. Oh. Yep. So he thinks about mustering into Dol Guldur, but instead Shadow lengthens to move 3 Southrons in and North Ithilien to Moranon, which I think was an excellent play. I think that was a good play. Yep. I put Dol Guldur under because that's the one that can muster and still be put under siege, is my thought process there. So I put that under. Half-orcs and goblin men, unfortunately, then gets played. Really not with the Palantir. What else do you want to play with the Palantir? Oh, you're saving it for Morgul Wound just in case? Yeah, that could end the game. Yeah. Okay, well, a bit risky. Anyway. Surely you want 4 attacks to come try and take it back with the Witch King. Okay. It gets put into Dol Guldur. Minas Morgul's put under siege. So the Hobbits are standing on all the points they need. Regular gets moved from Mornon to Gorgoroth to prevent me just through a day and a nighting to Barad-dûr. Yep. Really wish I had that card, but it would have been... But I don't, so, okay. We think about it and then do the exact same thing. Okay. And I have 2 attacks if I want it with an Elven Ring. I have a shot at the victory, so here we go. I decide to go with Dol Guldur first. I have excellent cards for fighting. I play Dead Men, so Mary is leading the Dead Men on a charge against Dol Guldur, just like the books. If you don't remember that chapter, it's in the 3rd book. Yes, definitely the 3rd book. And the I first they say 1, but actually no. The sudden strike is not on 5s like charge is. It's on whatever you need to hit, which in this case is a 6. So unfortunately, Dead Men do nothing. I get no hits. Yeah, this Hobbit is not a very good general. 1 hit back, and we do remember the reroll in a hot sec here. There we go. And it's a hit. Ugh, okay. I press. Play Brave Stand. Yes, okay. And then I get 1 hit. None back, or 1 back. Okay, I press. No card, no card. Okay, Mary. For the Shire, for Frodo. No hits. 1 back. All right, well, I choose to reduce the elite. I'm not going to be pressing again. And I'll keep all my dice for a few, for another round. That's how it goes sometimes, right? But the game goes on. We still have more game to go, guys. Helm's Deep is attacked, so I'm going to try and move faster. Helm's Deep is attacked, no card. Rohan goes to war. Rohan gets HD gets 2 hits versus 1 back versus 2. Okay, press. No card, no card. Helm's Deep falls with a whimper. Shadow's up to 4 points. And Dale's free. Woodland Realm will fall with, a bit of pressing. West Tarandor goes to Asgiliath. Yep, Minas Tirith's basically free as well. So Minas Tirith puts you to 6. Edoras and Dale puts you to 8. Woodland Realm is 10. Mouth gets flipped to attack Minas Tirith, put it under siege. Yep. I use the Elven Ring to attack Minas Morgul. So what I figure is this. I don't move. Because this is the hunt pool, for crying out loud. Let's assume the red tiles kill me, because I really do think they do. The eyes kill me. So 5 of the 9 tiles kill me straight out. I don't like those chances. Call it a 50-50. To just die straight out. And if I can take Minas Morgul this round, then it's not that hard to take Barad-dûr or Umbar, which is empty, from Pelargir. I think one of those is a reasonable shot next round, even if Dol Guldur doesn't fall. So I'm really hoping for one of those to be a reality next round. And so I'm just going to take the corruption for not moving. I play a card. I play Daylight to prevent some hits coming back at me. So Pippin led the charge on Frodo, or charge on Minas Morgul using the last battle. Also, just like in the books, that was actually in the Silmarillion, if you don't remember that. And Pippin knows how to hit. And we get 2 hits versus none back. 1 back. Press, right? Yep. Press, no card, no card. 2 hits versus 1 hit. I'm not going to win this round. I could press, but I won't have very much left. I choose to stop. And Shadow uses an Elven Ring to attack Edoras. No card, 0/0. Press, no card, 2 to 2. Okay. Press, 1 versus none. Okay. Edoras falls. Yep. Why do we have them at 6 points? Why is Shadow Player at 6? 2 for Lorien, 2 for Helm's Deep, 1 for Edoras. That's not right. I don't think it'll matter. I do take the 1 corruption for not moving. I draw into Grey Company, not helpful, and Book of Mazarbul, not helpful. I mean, they're both battle effects. One effect, Brave Stand, is a battle effect I can play, but Oleg High is drawn. Ugh. 1 eye allocated. 2 more rolled. Okay. Good dice for killing for a military victory, or at least an attempt, at least decent dice rolls. I muster a regular in Dale. I go into a regular in Pelargir and a regular in Dale. Boy. And that ladies and gentlemen, is the last Men of the North. There's one leader left. So I've manually mustered, I guess, King Brand's men, but I have manually mustered the entire army of the North, basically. And most of Gondor. I think that was a risky play. But, you draw into Rage of the Dunlendings, rather than, and I still haven't got any of the Ents. I still haven't gotten Bilbo's or Athelas. Okay. But why not play Olagai into Minas Morgul? That feels like a good play there. Oh, well, Minas Morgul falls with no more hits. Good. Shadow player shifts around Nazgul. And so then we check the rules. So this is, if you've been watching the rules forum, this is an interesting rules distinction. So not moving with the Fellowship gives you 1 corruption when on Mordor, or hiding if you don't hide. Or move, or rather attempt to move. So if you don't hide or attempt to move for a full round, you take 1 corruption. But you take it at the end of the action step. I had always played you take it at the beginning of the next round. That's not correct. So you can win a military victory or be close to it, but then take the 12th corruption from not moving, and you will lose the game. So I have to move this round, or I lose. Which is interesting. I go ahead and draw a card. I draw a strategy card because I don't have enough dice to play another character. I don't have the dice to play a character card. Otherwise, I'd be looking for Bilbo's or Athelas or anything. So I draw a strategy card. It's Celeborn's / Daylight. Okay. Minas Tirith gets attacked. It falls. Okay, cool. Dol Guldur. So I point out that my plan is for Merry to Yahtzee 6s. Because if he does, I have a strong shot at a win. I play a card. It's Daylight. Okay, boys. 2. And for the Shire, for some random guy named Frodo, and for Java. Come on, Java. 4. I get a total of 4 hits. So close. All right. We make sure those hits get taken. Okay. Woodland Realm gets attacked. Advantageous position against a Cruel Death. Cruel as Death. Cruel as Death misses. 2 hits back. Cool. Stop for the draw. Yep, makes sense. Woodland Realm is attacked again. We come to kill versus Shield Wall. Really? Not going to play Oleg High into Dol Guldur either? I guess. All right. No hits versus 4. That we do the post, which also misses. So now Woodland Realm actually is like, that's going to hold. I'm still rolling 4 dice to 4 dice. They have 4 rerolls to my 2, but still, Legolas putting in some work. And I decide to go ahead and just move the move I have to make or I lose. Anything except the blue tiles killed me. I have a 33% chance of surviving the round. And I get Elven Cloaks. Woo! On to the next round we go. Woodland Realm is attacked again. I tap out on cards. There's a Mumakil in play. The Mumakil gets 1 hit. Oh, no, 1 hit. 1 hit. And I get 1 back. So no, the Mumakil effect does not trigger. And stop for a draw into New Powers Rising. So he has New Powers Rising. I think he spent Rage of the Dunlendings. So going after Rivendell or the Shire or Grey Havens is significantly harder now. Yep. And Elven Ring is played to move armies. Yep, that makes sense. Not sure that was strictly necessary, but it's fine. We're certainly in Crazy Town now, guys, right? Guys and gals. I draw into Athelas. Yay! And Swords and Eriador. There are better strategy cards. Still no Through Day and a Night. Still no Ents. Denethor's Folly is drawn, but that's not going to do a whole lot. All right. One eye. One more roll. Doesn't really matter. I play a Palantir of Athelas for 1 healing. I was hoping for 2 there, but we'll take the 1. Shadow dual moves. Yep, the army is going towards Dale/Woodland Realm. That's all you need for the victory. Let's double check that. Lorien, Helm's Deep, Minas Tirith, and Edoras is 7. Yep, so we corrected the mistake from earlier. Woodland Realm and Dale puts you to 10. Yep, so. And you have the movement to do it. I don't have any men of the north to muster. The game disconnected there. We load. Okay. I figure I got to move. I'm not going to... Well... Why do I figure I got to move? Oh, well... I mean, even if I take Dol Guldur, it's probably just getting retaken. And I don't have enough moves to take another Mordor stronghold. If I attack Gorgoroth, he'll just muster in Barad-dûr, and I'll be out of time. If I half move to West Horondor with Pelargir, he'll just muster, and I won't be able to take it. It's kind of a rough roll. I go ahead and move. So I move against the hunt pool. Everything kills me but the blue tiles. And I draw Elven Rope. Woo! All right. I can't even dunk this turn. The eyes kill me, but I have a chance if I survive the round to dunk next turn. I have Mithril Coat in play. Half the tiles would kill me. He draws into Great Host, an excellent card for right now. I muster the leader in Dale and a regular in Pelargir. That seems unnecessary, but whatever. He draws into Many Kings. He still hasn't drawn pits. Why am I waiting in just desperate? Well, no, I'm waiting with the will to see if I could take a shot and dunk, because if I draw Smeagol's, I win. And I have Mithril Coat. So I have to just kind of see, man, if one of those musters was a hybrid, I'd be attacking Dol Guldur. I don't have any Elven Rings left. I spend the other muster putting an elite in Fold. I probably should have done that instead of the leader in Dale and the regular in Pelargir, but meh. The shot at retaking Edoras was unlikely. I wait, draw into Threats and Promises / Devilry. We make sure... Oh, yeah, the reload messed up the nations, but we... On my screen alone, so ignore the fact that I've just unactivated them. We make sure he discards... He gets rid of not Devilry of Orthanc? Okay. Oh, I guess it technically works in Dol Guldur, but that's probably not why. Anyway. Let's finish this up. Woodland Realm is attacked. Okay. Card. Advantageous against a Great Host. Doesn't help. 1 hit versus 2. So I take the 1. He has to take 2. If he takes regulars so that he can reduce the elite for another round of dice, Great Host won't trigger. If he takes the elite, Great Host will trigger, but he won't get another set of dice, and he only has 2 attacks left. So we think about that for a very long time. You can go ahead and think about how you would do that. We go back and forth about which, and this is where we end. I think that was the correct play. You have a billion cards. You have another Great Host. 2 more Great Hosts. So you're I would say effectively guaranteed. Not guaranteed. It's tough choice. Never mind. All right. But at least you draw into Pits of Mordor. So, okay. I pass. Pits of Mordor gets played to reinforce Dol Guldur and prevent crazy nonsense shenanigans. Or at least pretend, or at least to try. Woodland Realm is attacked again. Card versus no card. It's a Great Host. So the Great Host auto triggers. I get 1 back. I would have liked 2, but Legolas finally falls. Hill Trolls is drawn. And here we are, folks. So, if I attack Dol Guldur, I have not much chance of winning. And even if I do, he just attacks Dale. 3 dice, 4 rerolls versus 2 dice, 1 reroll in a city. But I have no cards. I obviously don't know his hand. But he has a Great Host. He has and that's really it. The Black Breath with the Black Breath not matter. So he has a Great Host, which is marginally useful, maybe useful. So that's that. I'm looking at my options there. The hunt is this complete travesty of a hunt pool. But I have Mithril Coat. So I have a 1 in 7 of drawing Smeagol. And if I miss, I can Mithril Coat for a 1 in 6. So 1 in 7 is like a 14% chance to win. On the 1 in 6, the other 86% chance that I lose, I have a 1 in 6 of that, of drawing the right tile, which is going to be something like, I don't know, 15%. Yeah, 15 is pretty much on the money. So I have a 30% chance to win by moving right now. Something like that. 25-30% chance to win if I try and dunk. And I don't think Dale's going to hold. Obviously, I'd love to make it to next round. He allocates the 1 eye rolls, no more, and now the eyes no longer kill me, and I have a shot at drawing Bilbo's song. But I wish I had the dwarves were at war. I talk about it because then I would reinforce Erebor. We talk about the stats. I decide to move. We draw the 3. Obviously, I use Mithril. Here we go. I draw an eye. Shucks, McGee. GG. I hope you all enjoyed this. I had no business being that far up the Mordor track with that much corruption. But Dol Guldur had no business holding that well against the North either. So it was an excellent game, well played by the Bordas set. I hope he enjoyed the game, and I believe he did. I don't have much else to say. It was a fun game, and I hope you all enjoyed watching. Thank you all, and I'll see you on the next one.